Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. We can watch the awesome anime intro to a Castlevania game. Oh, I know you're as thrilled as I am for that. It is one cool thing about this emulator that I found out is that you can, I actually just completely dissolved the second screen, which is kind of nifty. Yes, I am, actually. My eyes, they're just big, like, circle black dots, you know, in my head. And people look at me weird, which is why I usually wear sunglasses, so I don't have to show that off. But yes, I am actually an anime. Also, this will give you time to test out the sound and see how it is to my voice. I'm betting it's going to be a little loud, so let me turn that down a bit more. I've already got it down to 15%, which is just fucking unbelievable, so let me crank it down to about 8 and see what that's going on there. I think I did. I think I got it working, Zai. Thanks. Let's test this out. Also, the choppy shit and all that good stuff and the sound desync is from the emulator. It's not the actual stream. Just too much anime for the emulator to handle. It lags. It's a horrible night to have a Castlevania anime, of course. Okay, now that we see the intro to that, I'm sure you all are all up to date on the story there. Also, yes, that's a vampire that's not Dracula. It's amazing, I know. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. I'll kind of dive into that as we go along. Let's see. New game, of course. Let's go normal. Why not? What shall we name our hero? Let's see, last time in Castlevania 4, we named our intrepid hero Dongs Belmont, so why don't we go with... here we go. The only man that can take up the mantle of Dongs Belmont, Ballsack Morris. Oh yeah. It's amazing how all these fucking name entry screens have just the right amount of spaces you can enter this shit with. Let's see, what color shall we make our ballsack? Blue? Why not? Nothing like a good case of the blue balls for Jonathan here. And also, come on, really, did they think people were actually not going to use that for that? Come on, what better way is there to use the Nintendo DS stylus than to draw a cock and balls in a Castlevania game? Outstanding. Also, yes, now you actually get a little bit of the story, which is kind of nice. I forget how long this intro is, though, so we may be cutting it short. I think that's it, but you never know. You never know with a Castlevania game. The story can either be extravagant or it can be in a tight little box. I think that's it. Awesome. Anyway, as you got it, 1944. For those of you that have been living under a rock and, you know, do not understand the concept of history, that is World War II. And apparently all the mass slaughter and all that good shit brought about massive amounts of evil. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, Dracula's back. We have to go kick his ass. Awesome. And this is actually a direct sequel to Castlevania Bloodlines. See, now I'm going to get in my informative phase here. See, Castlevania Bloodlines took place around, what was it, 1917, 1918, somewhere in there. World War I, basically. And starred Jonathan Morris, our protagonist here, his father, John Morris. Snazzy, yes. It all ties in. Surprisingly much more cohesively than the Zelda timeline, for example. I'm not reading a bit of this either. I just, you know, figure I may as well leave it up there for those people that are interested in the story of a Castlevania game, beyond, you know, Dracula's bad and we have to go kill him. For those of you out there, hey, this is for you. I agree with you, Carpet. Bloodlines was fun. It was, It wasn't as fluid as Castlevania 4, but it had its own charm to it, and it was still a really well put together game. Boy, these anime portraits. Oh, oops, I skipped over that. I'm terribly sorry. That was about the best drawn portrait you're going to see in this game, and I skipped over it. God damn. Boy. Oh, there we go. Okay, it popped up there once again. Outstanding. Dracula X was a rushed port for the Super Nintendo. Yes, I don't know. It had some interesting level design, I think, and if they had taken their time with it, it could have been really great. But the way it came out was just, well, not great. My God, this just drags on, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, now we got control. Let's see. This is, I think, the second. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong here, but the second of the Castlevania games for the DS. It's pretty good, actually. As much shit as it catches for the anime portraits and style of art, it's really good. And I mean, it's not that bad, you know, so it's livable. It also features the nifty function of 2 players on the screen at one time. It's amazing. You can have both of them on screen, or you can switch between, which is the core gameplay of this mechanic, or the core gameplay mechanic of this game. And in fact, you know, instead of Portrait of Ruin, it's just Castlevania. We will be doing a lot of that, all our idle walking time. That's exactly what we're going to be doing the entire time. You know, really drive home their names, that sort of thing. It's also a great way to annoy your dog, I found out. Kind of like the Ridley scream from Metroid Fusion. Awesome, right out of the gate we've got hobo clothes. And it actually increases our shit. That's, okay, why not? Some menu fuckery there. Anyway, it's also got one hell of a good soundtrack. A lot of original songs, like the one you're hearing now. I think it was, you're gonna have to forgive me, I'm probably gonna fuck up the names completely, but Invitation of a Crazed Moon, I think is what this one is, and it's pretty good. It was one stylish hobo. Oh no, and of course it's the staple behemoth enemy thing from, you know, pretty much all the Castlevania games. Why not? Can't fight him here, so you just have to destroy these busted-ass pillars, and hopefully there's a way to, you know, avoid him. And we also got some beef jerky. How appropriate. Get little Jonathan Morris here, or excuse me, Ballsack Morris here to do a pose. Outstanding. And, of course, conveniently and appropriately, he grabs his ballsack. Outstanding. Who knew that this name would be so appropriate, huh? Now, we could go over here to the left and, you know, continue the storyline, but, you know, I really don't want to do that, so let's go ahead and, do some fuckery here, shall we? Bear with me, it takes a while. Oh shit, I had it too, damn it! Oh well, anyway, you get the gist. If you switch characters in like whatever up here, then you can sometimes get an extra jump. It's really weird. And it's not reliable at all, as you can see. At least, not that I've been able to find out. There we go. Okay, outstanding. I hope you got your full of the Charlotte Jonathan dose there. Why not? Anyway, oh yes, also, sequence break! Now we can go fight this guy. Poor little fella. Got a nifty weapon there. And I think we're good. He's very popular with the ladies, as you can tell by that attack. Quite amazing, quite amazing. And this may take a little bit of time, but it won't be that bad. And I forgot we don't have our little slidey dash. Oops. And now we are going to completely cheese the man. Or the thing. You know, it's what we do. There's really no point to doing this break either, unless you really want to spend a lot of time going into the game later on, which, as soon as I beat this thing, I'm going to go back over and continue the story as normal. So, in other words, this sequence break served no purpose at all, except giving us this, this nifty little advanced weapon we have here, the spear. How awesome, yes? Thrilling action, I know. This is what the Castlevania series is known for. I mean, come on, can you actually beat a boss battle like this? Really? Of course, I say that, and I will fuck up here very shortly, I'm sure. May as well get some cheap shots in his back there, even more so than we're normally doing there. Why not? Oh, come on. He's got to be almost close to dying here, people. Of course, I am too. I think one more hit, and I'm kind of toast, but, you know, hey. Really? Wow. He's a rather tough half-bull, isn't he? Oh, come on. Well, I've got it. It's just... it's... Wow. I did not realize he had this much health. I'm sorry. This sequence break may have been a bad idea. The DS... Actually, this is my favorite Castlevania on the DS, believe it or not. Even with the anime shit going on here. My god. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It knew I fucked up the sequence, and now it's just... it gave this guy... there we go. Massive amounts of health. Also, I like how he was able to jump there right at the last. Why not? Well, I do have an entire shelf full dedicated to my Japanese animes. Oh yes, absolutely. Can't understand shit going on in there, but hey, I got him. Oh yeah. Well, that was lucky. Why not? Who doesn't want to summon a skeleton? That's the most useful fucking item in the game. Outstanding! Actually, believe it or not, back when I was in... What? Really? Well, that was fucked up. Alright. Let's try this again. Anyway, back when I was in high school, I did watch, you know, Dragon Ball Z, of course. Thankfully, I have since grown out of that shit. But that's really actually as far as I ever got into that. You know, the whole anime thing. Just not my cup of tea. Also, whoa. Not just one skeleton, but an entire fucking army. And we'll take the axe to the face because, you know, hey, it's Ballsack Morris. Shh! Nobody knows about the Goku hairstyle, thank you very much. Or that I've dyed it blonde, it's amazing. Also, we have a hat. Oh, what's this? Plot time. Let's listen in. No, it's just some fucking blue air that's floating up from the ground. It's nothing. And she is, of course, a genius. That's why she's the smart one of the group. What do you mean he sure seems shady? He's a fucking ghost, you dumbass. Of course he's shady. Oh, Ballsack, hold yourself back, please. convenient. Wind. True, the soundtrack for Judgment wasn't bad there, Cybok. As you can tell, the beginning of this game is quite text-heavy. It's, just a little bit of light reading to go along with your Castlevania gameplay. Why not? Everybody can do with more Castlevania lore, right? And Ballsack has some daddy issues. Outstanding. The plot thickens. And of course we have some bullshit side quests that we have to do to go get, you know, good stuff. Absolutely. And it's this guy. Somehow he made it in here before we did, which is quite amazing. Probably while we were fighting the little behemoth thing that we sequence braked into. And of course, you know, we're up here to save the world from absolute evil, and this guy's going to charge us for items, but it's okay, because, you know, hey, the money's going to the church, and that's always okay, isn't that right?
I'll make you a deal.
And of course, to get the little wind fellow to give us an item, we have to buy a map.
Thank you. How are things?
Well, they're quite well, thank you. Also voice clips. Oh lord, again? I forgot about this. You know, I played this the other night and I skipped through all this stuff for a reason. Yes, that's right, but shh! Cybok! Come on, man! Spoilers, dog! And we have, you know, I mean, this is convoluted even for a Castlevania game here, okay? The castle is, its power is being withheld, or held back by magical paintings, okay? Come on. Which, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but then again it is an interesting way of having the designers able to introduce new stages to the game, or to the castle. And we have our first painting. Blah blah blah, multi-quantum barrier, blah blah blah, technical garbin. Let's just jump into the painting a la Mario 64. Have you learned nothing? Okay, thank God.